I live near an abandoned psychiatric hospital, we will refer to it as psych, and have had some super strange experiences. This is one of my later experiences. Me in high school with friends. We get off the bus and immediately head to psych so we can smoke. Me and 4 others, RJ, Tom, Lucas and Devin. Head into building, everything seems normal. Start heading for the roof. RJ and I are having a conversation separate from group but still following behind. I need to tie my boots, RJ and I hang back. Finish tying up, then realize the group is nowhere to be seen or heard. After hastily trying to catch up to group in only direction they could have went, we call to them. Somehow they are now on the opposite side of the building about 3 to 4 floors above us. We catch up with group and think nothing of it, even though the building is huge. Get to the roof and spark the joint, but everybody seems kind of jumpy for some reason. I distinctly hear footsteps the entire time. Nobody else hears them. I'm starting to make everybody nervous. Finish the joint and decide to exit the building because we're all sort of jumpy. Get to the exit and Lucas is last one out. Lucas yells WTF and presents a scratch all the way down his forearm. Lucas is kinda retarded, so we thought he scratched himself as he jumped out the exit. Exit is a window about 7 to 8 feet high up with debris piled up in front to get in and out. We begin conversating again and forget everything that just happened. After all, we are outside the building, home free, right? All of a sudden we hear what sounded like an amp from a sci-fi game ring out all around us, and at the same time we see an orange wave basically scan over the entire landscape around us. All of us fucking running for our lives. Naturally running in a single file line. Devin, who is directly in front of me, goes oh shit and falls on his ass while looking at something to his right. I look where Devin is looking and have the exact same reaction. Oh. Shit. There's a figure probably somewhere around 5'9". Pitch black with radio static around it, feels horrible to look at, I still get crazy chills when I think about it. I pick Devin up and we catch up with the group again down trail. In the woods, none of us are talking, just want to get home. Woods are eerily quiet, except for one bird that is repeatedly singing a strange tune all the way up to the exit. That's the most blatantly supernatural experience I've had, and it was in the building we still think of as the safe house on the property. I've had plenty more, this was one of my first green texts. Maybe I'll put another story into text someday. It took me a second but lol. Subtle humor is great. Anyway. Be me. 2008 or so. Get a hold of some very high-dosed LSD pellets, 750 UG per pellet. Make the mistake of assuming dealer lied and they're around 250 UG. Take 3. Spark joint while they're dissolving. Take second puff of joint. Immediate feelings of oh god I made a mistake. Start tripping harder than ever before while they're still dissolving in my mouth. Think this is it, enough of my clowning around. After what feels like eternity, the trip is frozen. My fan stopped spinning, cat not moving. Like I'm in between 2 moments, but it's a moment of eternity. Eventually, trip comes back as full force face melting acid trip, except it's dark outside. Come off the acid. Decide to take the only lesson from my trip and stop my clowning. Fast forward in time. Feel pretty schizo about what life is. Clown world becomes a thing. If this fits the topic, but I thought I'd share since I don't talk much about that rip or like going into detail, but it's nice to write about it, even briefly without detail, whenever the events start bothering me. Hey X. I'm stuck at work with nothing to do, so I figured that I would unload some experiences from my adolescence that have remained more or less unexplainable. I'm hoping that someone here might find them interesting and/or offer a potential explanation. Be me, 8 or 9 years old at the beach with my family. Playing with my mom in the sand, building sandcastles and shit. Decide to dig a really deep hole for whatever reason. As I'm digging, I begin to hear a distinct high-pitched ringing noise, similar to tinnitus. Eventually, move away some sand to see something bizarre in the hole. There's a face staring straight up at me from the sand. Face looks faintly human, but a bit flatter, and seemed to be coated with an outer layer of sand, rocks, shells, and other beach debris. The face had 2 small beady black eyes, no discernible nose, and a long thin mouth lined with tiny needle-like teeth like a piranha. Basically looked like an evil beach-themed version of the Thing from Fantastic 4. I vividly remember the eyes blinking several times and its mouth moving, causing it to squirt out a few small spurts of liquid, presumably water. After staring at it for a long moment, my mom extends her hand to touch it for some reason. As she's about to touch it, the face begins to undulate, sending a sizable glob of sand falling down the hole, obscuring the thing. We tried to dig it back up, but it had disappeared completely. I've tried figuring out what the thing I saw was, but yet to come across anything that resembled the face in the sand. Does anyone have a similar experience or know what that thing could have been? Have a few, gonna post at least one. Be me. Like 14 to 15 summer before 10th grade year, so like 2013 I think. Been staying up all night like I do every night in the summer, BC unhealthy gamer lel. I never missed sleep, just had a near nocturnal sleep schedule and had done that shit like every summer since I was like 11, so no hallucination. Walk out into living room, stretching, yawning, etc., just moving about and shit, like 7 a.m. Walk past couch full of random shit from the basement, moving soon. Sister's old Leapfrog brand leap pad goes off and starts making the intro song like when you would open it. This was an early 2000s children's electronic learning toy that was interactive and would read you stuff, tell if you got your answer right, etc. Looks like pickerel, not sure how new the image I'm using is. Isn't supposed to make noise when closed, God knows how long it's been since it's been used, shocked that it even could make noise, and then it hit me that it shouldn't be. I did nothing. That would have bumped it or anything, didn't touch it to make it do anything, etc. Just walked past it and stared at it for like a min, kinda freaked out. Take it back downstairs in the basement. I sleep. Freaked me out bit, I was real tired. Dezu. Might post more idk. Another story, unrelated but still strange, be me, a year or two later. Friend is sleeping over at my house. It's late, everyone is sleeping besides me due to issues falling asleep. Laying awake, looking out the window. It was a cloudy night, so the moon, stars, etc. weren't visible. Suddenly, I see a bright flash of white light in a fixed spot in the sky. The flash then morphs in shape and color, greatly resembling photos of a supernova. It looked like a suspended explosion, wrapped in pink, white and blue-green light. As soon as it appeared, it implodes in on itself, leaving no trace whatsoever. I've never seen or heard of anything like that happening to the naked eye before. Also, I live in the south, so I really doubt it was an aurora or anything like that. What did I see? An alien ship? The government shooting something out of the atmosphere? Anyways, thanks in advance for reading and for any possible ideas you have as to the origin of these things. Also, feel free to post any of your own stories or screen caps of ones you've found interesting in the past. I have a few, but I'll share the last paranormal experience I had. Be me. 2019. Helping people set up local church for Boy Scout event. Church is over 200 years old. We ended for the night, started locking up. Turn lights off and start heading out. We're hanging outside the front door talking while someone is getting his keys out. Just as the front door is closing, we hear a loud door slam from inside. No one else is inside. We all just look at each other and decided it was time to leave. Not the spookiest story, but myself and others have had weird experiences in that church. I have this strange memory of being like, maybe 6. Oh fuck it, short green text. Be me, 6 years old. Sleeping in bed with parents for reasons I can't remember. Parents both asleep, I'm lying awake for what felt like hours. Suddenly, I hear singing, clear as day, coming from right outside the bedroom window. I'm the monster on the windowsill, I'm the monster on the windowsill. I lie frozen, thinking if I move it will somehow know I'm awake and get me. Eventually I must have fallen asleep. Next morning I ask Dad, was that you singing last night? He has no idea what I'm talking about. It must have just been a dream. But I can still remember the song and cadence it was sung. And I distinctly remember thinking, what's a windowsill? I'm not usually someone with very lucid dreams. I almost never remember any of the ones that I have, but lately my dreams have been weird as fuck. Be me in a dream. It's my high school physics class. Teacher be teaching on a whiteboard. There is just a lion chilling on the floor. Suddenly hear meowing and scratching coming from the closet. Teacher says, oops, I forgot about the tiger. He opens the door, a big orange tiger leaps out of the closet, runs down the aisle of desks, and slams itself into the door. My pet cat walks out from the closet. Dream ends as I wake up. Weird shit is gonna happen, guys, I can feel it. This happened like 5 minutes ago. Be me. Browsing Amazon. Demon overtakes me. Starts putting black magic books on my cart. See Spanish edition of Liber Lilith. Click read the free part. There's a description of Gnosticism on it. The moment I read about Monad, I get knocked out of the demon overtaking. Sure must be YHVH, fags.